Somebody shout power. Yes, I trust your day is going very fine. And I am John Stella. This is in continuation with the 30 major causes of failure or failures in life. Now, you see, you and I have hidden traits, characters that are faulty, that are really making us not to move ahead. And it is easy to neglect them because these are part of your character, these are part of your traits. So it is easy for someone else to recognize, for you are not able to recognize it. Not because you don't want to recognize your faults, but because these faults are part of you and you don't really see them as subconscious patterns that are really sabotaging your greatness in life. So now I'm going to conclude with the 30 major causes of failures. You can go to the previous videos to see the other ones we've treated. Number one for today's episode is intolerance. Intolerance. How many of you have ever met those kind of person who will not tolerate some other belief that is aside theirs? And this kind of force exists in the religious background or in the political field. Anything that is contrary to what they know, anything contrary to what they have been taught, they don't want to change it. And you can also translate it into your real life terms. You've been doing a particular thing for over 10 years and you've been failing, things have not been working out. And somebody brings a divergent views to what you know, and you are resisting it totally to a point where you would not accept anything that is outside your belief. Can I tell you something? Insanity is doing a thing over and over again and expecting a different result from what you've been doing, because as you sow, so shall you reap. So if your life has been in a struggling and a turmoil pattern for past 10 years, it means there is something you have been doing wrong. And that is why I brought this video for you. Intolerance is one of the 30 major causes of failure that makes people to fail. You don't tolerate any other thing that is outside what you already know or outside your belief system. To get a radical shift, to get a radical change in your life, there comes a time in your life when you must change certain beliefs of your life in order to move ahead. Number two, intemperance. Overindulgence in any activity. You are so intemperate. Now, let me tell you, overindulgence in eating, overeating, having sex, over drinking, you can see how badly it can destroy your life. That is number two. Intemperance. Overindulgence in any activity, whether food, drinking, or sex. You might say, yes, food is good for the body. That's okay, that's good. But overindulging in eating, overeating is called gluttony, which definitely affects your physical being, your psychology, your mental health. You can't overeat, you can't overdo anything, because overindulgence in any activity tends to make you decline. Look at those people who tend to they drink a lot. Everything, you must see them with a bottle. You must always see them drinking. They're always in a beer parlor. They always want to drink. You can see how life is easily being snuffed out from them day by day. They can't even start because they don't have that physical stamina. So you must realize that overindulgence in any activity will definitely break your life. Number two, in number three in our list is the inability. Number three, the inability to cooperate with others. Have you seen those kind of persons? Even in your workplace, how do you feel about them? They lack the ability to cooperate with others. They cannot cooperate. You find it difficult to live under the same roof with them. You find it difficult to work under the same roof with them because either they want to be dictators or they want to be manipulative, or they want to be filled with anger. They always make you uncomfortable. Whenever you see them, it means your day have been destroyed. If you are that kind of person, check your personality today and try to make a change, because no boss in any organization will be able to tolerate that. You must be a person with a sound practical knowledge after these 30 major causes of failure to be able to amend your personality. If the personality you have now is the one that can sabotage your destiny, change. So I said number 3 is the inability to cooperate with others. You cannot cooperatively work with people. It makes people to run away from you. You must change. You must tell yourself, this attitude is not good, because a man rightly said, attitude determines your altitude. So if you have the wrong attitude, it declines your attitude, because any man who has the mentality that he wants to belittle others or make others feel unworthy, that same person will definitely get pushed out by other people working with him or her. So you must realize this. Your inability to cooperate with others will ruin your ability to facilitate success in an organization. And if you are that kind of person, I urge you to change today. And number 4 on our list is possession of money slash power not gotten by self effort. This is one of the fastest way to ruin your destiny. Money gotten for nothing. How many of you have ever seen those rich folks that had children, and when they died, the properties of those wealthy men were shifted to their children? And you could see that in most cases, the children were not able to handle the properties of their father or the conglomerate of their parents. They ended up squashing it, they ended up misusing it. I had one story. I was there actually when they were discussing it. A young man was telling his colleague that he is so angry with a particular person. Why? Simply because that particular person, when the parents was alive, they were giving him all he wanted. But immediately they died, the boy took the properties of his father's, the papers of the properties of his father, and went and started selling them off one by one. And he was like selling them off for auction price. Imagine what took the father 40, 50, or even his lifetime to acquire. Now giving to the son. The son, who is a drug addict, started selling off the properties. He sold the properties to the point where he's also owing. Now you have to realize that money gotten for with no effort ruins a person. Relaxing, chilling, and money just came in. That is why you see most people are poor. They have this lottery mentality, and if you are that kind of person, you must change today. That you want to use $100 to get ₦1,000,000. Some people play lottery all throughout their life. Some people, yes, they get that windbreak of money just falling in, and give them 2 to 3 years, they are back to square one, even to square zero, because the money came and they didn't have the ability to contain that money. The money you lack the ability to contain will definitely ruin your destiny. So the ability to work, giving self-effort to acquire certain things, helps you tremendously to be able to keep wealth. So if you are a father now and you are hearing me, you must ensure that your child is also working the way you are working. Inculcate in him that ability to know that you must render a service for you to be paid. And you don't need to just sit down without being useful and get paid, because any money gotten by vanity will definitely fall off. Number 5 in our list is intentional dishonesty. Intentional dishonesty. Whether intentional dishonesty or intentional dishonesty, you must realize that living a life of dishonesty will definitely pay you, but it will pay you in the wrong way. It will pay you to your own coin. Every man who must achieve and become a leader, a good leader, must be intentionally honest. Skip that aspect of your life where you want to cut corners, where you want to always hide, make things, scam, just to make sure you acquire this thing called money. Because when you are dishonest, life will definitely pay you back to your own coin. Moreover, you may think you're winning, but nobody will trust you, because when a person discovers that you are not an intentional, an honest human being, they have cut every flow with you. So you must learn to be honest. If that is not the kind of attitude you've been having in the past, start imbibing the culture of honesty, and you will definitely see that people will trust you with their own money. Number 6, egotism and vanity. How many of you have ever seen those people who are always puffed up with pride? They have so much pride in them. You can't tell them anything, they will not listen to you. They always want to enjoy just lavish things, acquire the lavishest things of life. They want to live a life of free will. If you call free will, these are those kind of persons. They belittle others, they belittle everybody. They have insane egotism in them. They think others are mere rags. If you have that kind of attitude in you, it constitutes one of the 30 major causes of failure. Let me tell you for free today, you are going nowhere. You may be moving ahead a little bit right now, but in the long run, you are going nowhere. Egotism and vanity. You must change that habit. Number 7, guessing instead of thinking. Guessing instead of thinking. So many persons are so prone to the fact that they don't want to acquire the knowledge needed for them to succeed. They rather want to cut corners to make sure they get things done, rather than sitting down, thinking right out with it. The prodigal son say, the Bible says, and the prodigal son came to himself. He came to himself by sitting down, thinking and reasoning, asking himself, how can I be able to move out from where I am? Thinking is one capacity that you must imbibe for you to succeed, because most persons are indolent. They are too lazy. They don't want to think. Instead, they want to guess, and they also want to take the flimsy opinions of people around them. They want to get into a business instead of them to sit down to make up their background checks, to go around and check how things are really working. They would rather want to just get into it, or just take random opinion and facts that other people place on their leg and they just run with it. You must have the ability to think, because wealth is man's capacity to think. And if you lack thinking faculty, you're cooked. You are cooked. So instead of taking the mere flimsy opinions of men and women around you, most especially the people who are poor living around you, you must sit down to think. Think for yourself. Become a think tank today. Don't just guess and start doing things. How does the industry work? Sit down, Read about it, plan about it, strategize, re-strategize, overthink, rethink, and get on to work for it. And finally, number 8, lack of capital. Lack of capital. This is our old age witch that has been stopping people from achieving one of the major important things in their life. You see people who want to start a business and you hear them say things like, I don't have capital, which is true. Apparently, if you ask most wealthy men, they will tell you they didn't start off with capital. But yes, it's a valid truth that capital also is one of the 30 major causes of failure. But you just cannot stop at allowing capital to be your problem, because capital will always be the problem of every man. So will you be the person to allow not having capital to start a business to be your problem? If failures allow capital to be the things that are stopping them from achieving success, will you also, who wants to succeed in life, also allow capital to make you not to succeed? Thank you very much. If you've stayed through to the end of this session, I'd like you to ask me any questions you want to ask me in the comment section below. And I also invite one-on-one consultation through a call, through a Zoom, through a Google Meet. We can have a one-on-one consultation, a clarity session. Anything you want to ask me, you are invited to for a one-on-one course, a one-on-one consultation with me. And also, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section below. Please, I'd like you to subscribe. If you found this video helpful, I'd like you to subscribe, turn on the notification icon, and also like it. Somebody say shout power. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.